Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Mike. It is Wednesday, the 29th of November. It's lunchtime, and I thought I'd come on live with you guys for a couple minutes and just, again, talk about what's going on here. It's been an incredibly wild couple of days. Between all new all-time highs yesterday, the Korean missile launch, and now we're getting the tech sell-off here today. So at this point, not everything is created equally out there. By the way, you folks who are joining me, please, you can chat with me on the side there, live chat. I can see that and I'll respond to it if you guys have questions. Not everything is created equal here today. So what we're seeing here is the Qs and tech is getting pounded. Look at the volume. So look at the volume today in the Qs, already above, almost to where we're our biggest volume now in 3 months, right? We're 40 million shares already, just about 40 million. And the SPY is down about average, 32 million shares. So the SPY, there's no, big difference here. What's going on between these two? Huge difference. SPY, a little reversal candle today. We pushed to a new all-time high and we reversed down, and we're still coming down, but slow. Where the Qs today sliced through the 8 and the 21 day now. Okay. And the reason I want to talk about this a little bit, guys, is we've seen this a couple times this year. Why is this doing this to me? There we go. And I'm going to need to restart. Thinkorswim is looking a little tired here. So, we've seen this a couple times this year where the Qs had a big down engulfing day, right? We saw it there. We saw it here. We saw it there, right? We've seen this a couple times where they've come in and they've done this to the Qs this year. And, it's, now we have this one. So everybody's saying, is this the end or is this the beginning? I don't know what they're thinking here. They're taking profits today and they're rotating elsewhere. So let's look at the other names they're doing in today. So first of all, the transports are going on nuts. UPS, look at this move today. I brought it up to everybody's attention yesterday. And I was dumb enough not to buy it. Federal Express, right? Even the rails are going nuts out here as well, right? Some of the rails have gone off. What is the one I'm thinking of here? NSC? Is it NSC? Yeah, NSC, right? So the transports are going nuts today. If you look at the retailers, Macy's, the non-Amazon retailers, Macy's, huge day. DKS, right, up. Walmart, called that out this morning in my morning call, moving nicely. Costco, up nicely. Target, up nicely. So you're seeing just look at that. I mean, you're just seeing rotation out of tech into other names and other areas. It looked like they were trying to roll a little bit into biotech, but that seems to have fallen apart here. Names like Bib, holding in look good. I like that name. Celgene kind of couldn't get going. And the IBB still kind of not quite ready to push us through. So everything is not made equal out here. That said, it's time to be more defensive, more cautious. I took a lot of profits today in the last couple of days. I'm out of my JP Morgan calls. I'm out of my IWM calls. I'm out of my Bank of America Common. I'm still in my GS calls, Jan 260s. I almost added today. I'm holding off. I'm waiting. I don't want to add if we're going to move all over the place. I'm kind of sitting on the fence on what I want to do here. Unfortunately, my stop did not get honored on Netflix, and I'm caught up in this hell in my January 205 calls, and now I'll have some hard decisions to make as we move forward. I say this, guys, to you because I like to be transparent with everybody. I did have a stop in. They did not honor it. By the way, I have a friend who had Amazon calls. They did not honor their stop either on this sudden sell-off today. So, you're not the only one that's, if you think your stops weren't honored, that got caught up in some of this. They're buying calls left and right. And what else do I have? I have some ILG in March, and I have my Twitter calls I bought yesterday in March. So I'm not real worried about my long-term positions. I don't think this is the start of a major correction. I think they're just pulling money out to buy other names. They could be buying more Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin went above 10,000 for this first time. No, I bought some yesterday, and I'll add to it. So on Twitter yesterday, I bought the March 23 calls, And I will probably add very aggressively once I think we get a clear reversal candle on Twitter here. Thanks, Jerry. Yeah, I think we're in a rotational type play here today. So that said, don't be in a rush to buy the tech names. They may need a few days. If you guys in my service, the people who are on here, I've been saying it all week. The option market, you have not seen me playing with the beta names, the tech names. You know, I sold my Apple and my Facebook on Friday, and I actually had a sell on Netflix yesterday, but it didn't. It missed it by 5 cents. Somebody was asking me how that feels. I know exactly how it feels. I do it all the time. And I'm just sitting here now, very relaxed. I have my VXX hedge on, protecting my long common positions, which I'm good with, and I'm just relaxed. Market told me they weren't buying calls on Facebook, and they weren't buying calls on Apple, Nvidia, Micron on this dip. They weren't screaming. You know, they bought weeklies, but they were buying nothing long term. And you know, even Netflix yesterday, they're buying nothing long term. Everything was short term weeklies. These are clues, you know. And this is this you know, it may not. It gets me, you know, cautious. It makes me think twice before I do stuff here. Today, I've seen decent call buying in T. I've seen the airlines getting some call buying, Love especially, and JetBlue. Banks continuing today. Morgan Stanley's really seen a lot of flow today as well. The option flow is finally quieting down there today. What I'm not seeing, guys, is major protection. What I mean by that is they're not buying tons of puts out there. I'm sure when we see the open interest changes tomorrow and I look on like the Qs, there's a lot of puts out there, right? I'm sure if I look right now, there's tons of puts out there, but they're not the type of puts you'd see coming in from the institutions scrambling for protection. We're not seeing those momentum put sweepers into weeklies scrambling for protection. So the reason I'm bringing this all up to you guys is because you know, I don't think this is the end of the world. You know, I could be wrong down the road. We all look at this. It just feels like they decide to roll out. Microsoft continues to see some put action here. Jan 80s just got hit on that one. Microsoft Jan 80 puts swept about $125,000 worth of those just came in. We saw some 84s earlier coming in. Really, the put protection today has been few and far between. You guys have questions, ask away. Hang on here for a little bit with you guys. Overall, I'm sitting okay. IWM, there was more call buying on IWM today. Let's see if I can give you an idea what they hit there. So IWM, they were hitting the December 29th 155 calls. 2,500 of them came screaming in. You know, I sold mine today. I was up a double. The last of them, I took it. You know, I don't need to get greedy. It's extended. It's moved a lot. Maybe it doesn't give me an opportunity. If it gives me a pullback, I'll probably buy something, buy back on something here. I don't have any December option positions on right now. Everything's January or March. So I'm buying time, and time allows me the ability to let it go and play with it and adjust it. And that's really important right now in this market. You know, people have been texting me, what's going on? This is a strange market. It is. The financials are going nuts and Visa is getting destroyed, right? After all that call buying yesterday, right? That massive December 14th call buying yesterday, 10,000 of them stuck to open interest, getting lit up hard here today. You know, hard to get out of that this morning. Didn't give it a lot of opportunity. But if you look at names like Comcast, through the roof, right? A couple days ago, we caught the ungodly buying in the weekly 35s. That guy, by the way, is out now. He's sold all of his positions. So this play is over. So you just know that today, just so you guys are aware. If you look at the 15,000 volume versus 20,000 open interest, he sold them all. He's gone. He's done here. So don't be thinking I should go into this here. He did his play and he's gone. But Comcast is having a good day. Viab having a good day, right? These are beaten up names, beaten up sectors. Disney is having a good day. Another one, look at this, beaten up names, beaten up sectors. Not everything's equal. Things are still going on out there. There's still things to do. So take a deep breath, relax, see how this plays out the rest of the afternoon. I see nothing yet to say to me to start buying this dip in the tech names. I'm eyeing Walmart for a long-term swing. Looking at what's another one that I was looking at earlier? ADSK bought a big time buying into April's and January calls. Looking at that, I'm still adding some more banks, some exposure onto the financials at some point. So, everything is not unequal. I like Walmart. I just didn't want to chase it this morning. So that's it, guys. I don't want to sit here and beat a dead horse. And Jerry, nice job. UPS, there was some call buying that I missed it this morning. Part of the reason I missed some of the stuff this morning, I was busy creating sells. I was making my orders and getting out of positions and then staring at Netflix like an idiot. So Jerry, nice job on UPS if you got in on this. I called these out yesterday, by the way. People in my service will see it. So why am I saying this all about my service? So right now, guys, if you're interested, I do have in the link in the description, I do have a promo up that I'm going to be running through the end of the year. And it'll look like this when you come to the page. Real-time option flow, private Twitter. You can see everything you get. It says $100 a month. You hit subscribe now. It starts you off at $25 and then renews at $100. So it's a 30-day, $25 trial. I guarantee you guys will not be disappointed in that. You'll love it. And come on in, give me a try. Join me for a month, see how it goes. You'll love it. The morning setup calls, the constant interaction throughout the day via Twitter. I come on, do these live updates when I think things determine it, and then every night I do the recap. Jerry, thank you. Jerry's saying the service has paid for itself over a year already. I appreciate that. Jerry's only been on board for about a month. I only, a lot of people trade everything. I follow the options market. I'm very selective, and I try to cherry pick the things that have the best setups and go with that. So with that said, smartoptiontrading.com. There's a link in the YouTube description. You guys can follow me along there, or you can grab the link off of here. I hope you're all doing well. If you guys are having problems, hit me up, text me if you have individual questions. I'll be happy to respond today. I will not be taking any. Ooh, Teva, timeout. There we go. So we'll have to take a look at this one now. Teva had an upgrade today. And I did not, I've been avoiding Teva because I'm just not a big fan of it, but this is the type of action that gets me interested. Teva, January 15 calls. It's a block. We need to go check to make sure stock didn't go off with that. The block, it's $1 million block, guys. That just went off in the Jan 15s in Teva. So it's just at the money, right? Let's go see if we can take a look at them here. 15,000 of them. Now, here's the one issue. And the only reason I'm going to bring this up, they look like they're bought to me. That said, there's already 34,000 in open interest. When I see that and I see a block like that, I get a little nervous that maybe these possibly could have closed. And the only way we really know for sure on that is if you look at open interest changes the next day. By the way, I do that in my service every morning. I have set names. I always do. Anybody asks for a name, I do it as well. And then I'm always looking at names that caught my interest. So these Jan calls to me, they look bought. The bid ask was 104 by 111, and the block went off at $1.10. Problem with the block, it's negotiated. Don't know how long ago he negotiated that with the market maker. He took it through. This one went through where did this one go through? This one went through, I don't know. Can't see it. Anyway, so something to take a look at. So we'll take a look at that later on tomorrow. It's not going anywhere. It's not having a huge reaction. So, nothing I feel like I need to get involved in right away. All right, guys. Again, smartoptiontrading.com. Link in the description if you're interested. If you have individual questions, hit me up on Twitter at OptionsMike, and I'd be happy to answer them all for you. Trade safe today. Don't be in a rush to buy this dip. Let the market show it wants to buy bought. All right, little bounce coming in here during lunch. We'll see if this holds. Catch you later.